I vividly recall the case of a professor who had had a sudden vision and thought he was insane. He came to me in a state of complete panic. I simply took a 400-year-old book from the shelf and showed him an old woodcut depicting his very vision. "There's no reason for you to believe that you are insane," I said to him. "They knew about your vision 400 years ago." In today's video, we'll delve into the mysteries of the collective unconscious and explore this ancient reservoir of shared human experiences. Archetypes are without known origin, and they reproduce themselves in any time or in any part of the world, even where transmission by direct descent or cross-fertilization through migration must be ruled out. In the intricate tapestry of the human psyche, there exists a realm untouched by personal experience, yet woven deeply into the very fabric of our being, the collective unconscious. This is the place where the archetypes live. They are the fundamental building blocks of our thoughts and behavior. You can imagine them as the ancient blueprints of our shared human experience, universal motives residing in the depth of our minds. I have chosen the term collective because this part of the unconscious is not individual, but universal. In contrast to the personal psyche, it has contents and modes of behavior that are more or less the same everywhere in all individuals. Imagine the human mind as a vast and mysterious library, each book representing an individual's unique experiences, memories, and thoughts. Now, deep within this grand repository, there exists a hidden section, a secret chamber known as the collective unconscious. Picture it as a timeless archive, an ancient wing that predates the personal narratives meticulously catalogued on the library's shelves. In this clandestine section, there are no individual books. Instead, there are manuscripts that transcend the boundaries of time and culture. These are the primordial stories, symbols, and themes that echo through the ages, weaving a universal tapestry of human experience. These manuscripts are not bound by the ink of personal tales, but written in the ethereal language of archetypes. The contents of the personal unconscious constitute the private side of psychic life. The contents of the collective unconscious, on the other hand, are known as archetypes. Here, we are dealing with archaic, or I would say primordial types. That is, with universal images that have existed since the remotest times. Now, let's journey into the heart of this hidden realm. Imagine wandering through dimly lit corridors, surrounded by the whispers of timeless narratives. Here, you encounter the mother, a living embodiment of nurturing and protection, the trickster, a mischievous spirit with a penchant for turning the ordinary into the extraordinary, and the flood, a symbol of cleansing and rebirth. These archetypal entities are not confined to a single book, but echo through the entire library, appearing in tales from diverse cultures and epochs. As you explore this occult section, you begin to notice a subtle dance, a universal choreography of shared symbols and themes. The mother archetype appears in myths from ancient civilizations and bedtime stories, told across continents. The trickster's gleam sparkles not only in folk tales, but also in the witty characters of distant cultures. The flood, a metaphor for both destruction and renewal, surfaces in the dreams and myths of disparate societies. In this analogy, the collective unconscious is the ancient wing of the library where the archetypal manuscripts are housed. These universal motifs, etched in the very foundation of human thought, transcend the limitations of individual books and stories. They connect us, bridging the gaps between personal narratives and cultural tales. This hidden chamber forms a repository of timeless stories that unite us all in the grand narrative of the human experience. Contrary to the prevailing tabula rasa theory, Jung rejected the notion that we enter the world as blank slates, awaiting the brushstrokes of experience. Instead, he asserted the existence of universal experiences embedded in the collective unconscious, fundamental aspects of the human condition like love, belonging, death, and fear. These universal themes, or archetypes, are the echoes of our shared human journey across time. Just as the human body represents a whole museum of organs, each with a long evolutionary history behind it, so we should expect to find that the mind is organized in a similar way. It can no more be a product without history than is the body in which it exists. By history, I do not mean the fact that the mind builds itself up by conscious reference to the past through language and other cultural traditions. I'm referring to the biological, prehistoric, and unconscious development of the mind in archaic man, whose psyche was still close to that of the animal. But where exactly can we see these ancient memes of the human mind? If we pay attention, we realize that our culture is full of them. This immensely old psyche forms the basis of our mind, just as the structure of our body is based on the general anatomic patterns of the mammal. The trained eye of the anatomist or biologist finds many traces of this original pattern in our bodies. Just as the biologist needs the science of comparative anatomy, however, the psychologist cannot do without a comparative anatomy of the psyche. In practice, to put it differently, the psychologist must not only have a sufficient experience of dreams and other products of the unconscious activity, but also of mythology in its widest sense. Myths, according to Jung, are not mere tales of gods and heroes. They are profound psychic phenomena, a revelation of the soul's nature. Mythologized processes like seasons and lunar phases are symbolic expressions of the unconscious psyche's drama, projected onto the canvas of nature. For people in prehistoric times, the rising and setting of the sun wasn't a celestial dance. It was the fate of a god or hero, mirroring the drama dwelling within the soul of man. This process of projection, where the inner drama mirrors itself in the events of nature, is foundational to understanding archetypes. But this is not only a prehistoric phenomenon. Also in the vast realm of contemporary artistic expression, from the silver screen to literature, music, and even video games, Jungian archetypes unfurl their timeless narratives. These projections of the collective unconscious seamlessly weave into the fabric of our shared culture. In the cinematic realm, where storytelling takes larger-than-life forms, archetypes are the unsung heroes shaping narratives that delve into societal struggles and individual developments. Movies, in essence, become modern myths, a reflection of our responses to the intricate tapestry of human existence. Jung himself found fascination in the dynamics of film, and scholars have since dived into the realms of film criticism, applying Jungian thought to dissect the psychological aspects woven into the silver screen. Modern studies comprehensively investigated the intricate relationship between individuals and archetypes embedded in various types of media. They discovered that certain archetypes resonate reliably with individuals, creating psychological echoes through shared experiences. Archetypes, it seems, transcend the screen, even influencing perceptions of what is deemed interesting within the realms of youth culture. Icons like James Dean and Batman are heralded as rebellious outcasts embodying distinct Jungian archetypes of masculinity. In today's cinematic landscape, archetypal images continue to weave through contemporary storytelling, offering audiences a rich tapestry of characters that resonate with timeless themes. The hero archetype takes center stage, presenting itself in diverse forms. From the young and untested savior, reminiscent of Katniss Everdeen in The Hunger Games, to seasoned and morally complex figures like Walter White in Breaking Bad, these characters embark on profound journeys that echo the perennial hero's quest. The hit series Black Mirror often delves into the shadow aspects of technology, portraying the potential dark sides of our interconnected world. Characters in shows like Westworld grapple with questions of identity and consciousness, offering a contemporary exploration of the persona and ego archetypes. All these narratives serve as a testament to the enduring nature of Jung's archetypes, seamlessly adapting to the ever-evolving landscape of storytelling in the digital age. By studying the biological components of the human body, we developed modern medicine. Now we understand organic processes and are able to heal bodily illness. The same accounts to the human mind. By studying its basic components, we can understand human behavior and the psychic drama. Exploring archetypal imagery does for the psyche what anatomy does for medicine. Yet, in order to sustain his creed, contemporary man pays the price in a remarkable lack of introspection. He is blind to the fact that, with all his rationality and efficiency, he is possessed by powers that are beyond his control. His gods and demons have not disappeared at all. They have merely got new names. They keep him on the run with restlessness, vague apprehensions, psychological complications, and insatiable needs for pills, alcohol, tobacco, and food. And above all, a large array of neuroses. The absence of historical symbols can plunge an individual into a daunting abyss. The void left by lost symbols often becomes a breeding ground for absurd political and social ideas, devoid of spiritual richness. Carl Jung, in his exploration of archetypes and the collective unconscious, beckons us to confront the consequences of losing touch with the symbolic underpinnings of our existence. Our intellect has achieved the most tremendous things, but in the meantime, our spiritual dwelling has fallen into disrepair. In the end, we dig up the wisdom of all ages and peoples, only to find that everything most dear and precious to us has already been said in the most superb language. Like greedy children, we stretch out our hands and think that if we only could grasp it, we would possess it too. As we grapple with consequences of losing historical symbols, Jung implores us to navigate the void with awareness. The journey involves confronting absurd ideologies that may attempt to fill the vacuum. In this quest, the wisdom of archetypes and the collective unconscious become a guiding light, offering a chance of understanding the intricate fabric of human experience. It is an invitation to engage with the timeless symbols that have shaped our narratives and provided meaning to the human journey throughout the ages. What do you think about the concept of archetypes? Are they really innate patterns of thought, or are we born as a blank slate? Write your thoughts down into the comments below. And if you like my content, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.